Evan wakes up at 2:47 a.m. Not because of a noise, not because of a dream, but because something moved in the hallway. He sits up slowly. The bedroom door is half open, just enough to see a slice of darkness. Then, a figure walks past. A woman, barefoot, long hair. He recognizes the silhouette immediately. It's Mia, his girlfriend. He rubs his eyes, confused. Mia? Where are you going? No answer. But then he turns around and freezes. Mia is still in bed, right next to him, breathing softly, dead asleep. He stares at her, brain buzzing. If she's here, who just walked down the hallway? Mia shifts in her sleep, whispering, "Don't open the door." Evan slowly turns toward the hallway again, and the dark figure stopped walking. Now it's just standing there, perfectly still, like it's waiting, watching, not moving, not breathing, not human. Evan's breath caught in his throat. The silhouette stood motionless just outside the bedroom doorway, a perfectly still outline of Mia's body, except the posture was wrong, too stiff, too tall, too straight. He whispered, "Mia?" The figure slowly tilted its head, not like a person, but like something learning how to imitate one. Evan's skin crawled. Behind him, the real Mia mumbled in her sleep, her voice soft, exhausted. Evan, why are you awake?" He didn't answer. He couldn't, because the silhouette in the hallway moved again. It took one slow step forward, foot dragging softly on the hardwood floor. Shh. Evan gripped the blanket. The shape leaned into the doorway, just enough so he could see a pale cheek, and a smile, a wide, wrong smile that stretched too far on a too familiar face. "Evan," it whispered, in Mia's exact voice, but layered, like two voices speaking at once, hers and something deeper underneath. Evan's heart hammered. Behind him, Mia, sleeping Thea, whispered again, "Don't talk to her." He froze. Her, not it. Her. The figure stepped fully into the bedroom now, its movements smooth, like it had finally learned how to walk. The wrong Mia stared at him with wide, bright eyes, shining, unblinking. "Evan," it whispered again, "come here." Evan shook his head, very slowly. The smile fell off its face, completely gone, like it was never there. And then the thing asked, voice tightening, "Why not?" Evan could barely breathe. The thing wearing Mia's face stood halfway into the bedroom, close enough that he could see the tiny, twitching movements under its skin, like the face wasn't attached properly. It stared at him, waiting. Evan swallowed hard. "Mia?" he whispered again, even though he knew it wasn't her. The creature's head snapped upward, too fast, like a glitch. Then it spoke. "She can't hear you right now." Evan's stomach turned. Behind him, the real Mia shifted in her sleep. Her breathing changed, faster, uneasy, like she was dreaming something horrible. Then she whispered, voice shaking, "Evan, don't look at it." The creature smiled again, that same stretched, gleaming smile, and took another slow step toward the bed. "She's dreaming," it said, voice calm, almost curious. "She can't wake up, not while I'm here." Evan backed up, pressing his shoulders to the headboard. The thing tilted its head, watching him tremble. "You don't have to be afraid," it said softly. "I just want to show you something." Evan forced out a whisper. "Stay away." The creature blinked, but its eyelids closed in the wrong direction, sideways, like a reptile. And then, the sleeping Mia suddenly gasped, eyes still shut tight. Her hand shot out and grabbed Evan's arm with surprising force. "Evan, listen to me." Her voice was trembling, panicked. "Don't let her touch you." The creature stopped moving instantly, like Mia's words froze it. Then slowly, its smile faded, its jaw clenched, its voice dropped lower, colder. "She's waking up." Evan's pulse hammered in his ears. The creature stepped back, not in fear, but in anger. "Tell her," it whispered, "to stop fighting." Evan swallowed, shaking. "Fighting what?" The creature stared at him, unblinking. Then, in a voice that was now 100% Mia's, it said, "Me." The room went dead silent. The creature, the one wearing Mia's voice, stood perfectly still in the doorway, head tilted just a little too much to the left, like it was listening to something Evan couldn't hear. Mia, still asleep beside him, kept whispering urgently, "Don't talk to it. Don't answer it. Don't let it inside." Evan's voice cracked. Inside what?" But Mia didn't respond. She only squeezed his arm tighter, her nails digging into his skin. The creature finally moved, a single slow step back into the hallway. It smiled again, but this time the smile wasn't wide, it was knowing. "You humans dream so loudly," it said. Evan felt chills crawl up his spine. "Leave us alone." The creature blinked, in that wrong, sideways way. "She brought me here," it said softly. "She's been drifting between waking and dreaming. I only came to guide her." Evan shook his head. "You're lying." But the creature leaned closer, and its face twitched, glitching like a corrupted video frame. "You think she sleep talks because she's tired," it whispered. Evan's breath hitched. "She's been slipping every night. A little more." The creature raised a hand as if touching something invisible in the air. "And tonight," it whispered almost tenderly, "she opened the door, not to the hallway, to me." Evan's whole body went cold. Behind him, Mia whimpered in her sleep, a sound he'd never heard from her before. "Evan!" Her voice cracked like she was drowning. "Don't let her take my place." The creature's smile widened again, unnatural, warped, proud. "She already did," it said. "For a moment." Evan stared. What do you mean?" The creature lifted its chin. "When she kissed you goodnight," it whispered, "that wasn't her." Evan's heart slammed into his throat. He remembered. Mia's kiss felt colder than usual. Her eyes looked tired, too tired. He brushed it off. The creature watched his face carefully. "She let me try her life," it said. "She let me stand where she stands." Then its voice dropped to a chilling whisper. "And she liked it." Evan felt his entire body go numb. The creature stood half in shadow, half in moonlight, the perfect outline of Mia's shape, with something wrong, something extra lurking beneath the skin. It took a tiny step forward. "You don't understand her," it whispered. "Not the way I do." Evan shook his head. "That's not true." The creature smiled, a small, sad smile this time, almost human. "She cries before she sleeps," it said softly. "You never notice, but I do." Evan froze. He had noticed her eyes looked tired, swollen some mornings, but she always insisted she was fine. The creature continued. "She's scared of nights, scared of falling asleep, scared of the dark between breaths." Mia, still asleep behind him, suddenly tensed, like she heard every word from somewhere far away. The creature stepped closer. "She called out," it whispered, "and I answered." Evan's throat tightened. What does that mean? The creature's face twitched, this time in a way that looked almost sympathetic. "She lets go," it said. "In her dreams. She slips away. She wanders." Evan's hands shook. The creature lowered its voice. "When she sleeps, she leaves her body behind, just for moments, just long enough." Its smile sharpened. "For me to try it on." Evan felt dizzy. "So you're what? A parasite? A demon? A copy?" The creature tilted its head. "I'm her," it whispered. "Just the parts she hides." Evan stepped back. "No, you're something else, something pretending." The creature's eyes flashed, a colder, deeper brightness. "Pretending?" it whispered. Then its voice deepened, like Mia's voice, but slowed, stretched. "She dreams of being stronger. She dreams of not being afraid. She dreams of being loved without breaking." Evan's breath shook. "And I," the creature said, "am everything she wishes she could be." Behind him, the real Mia let out a choked sob in her sleep. "Evan, don't let her finish." The creature's eyes narrowed. "She wakes soon, and when she does, she'll realize," a long pause, "that she doesn't want to come back." Evan's pulse pounded. "What does that mean?" The creature smiled, wide, warm, heartbreakingly convincing. "It means," it whispered, "I'm staying." The creature stepped fully into the bedroom now, its shadow stretching unnaturally long behind it, like the hallway was pulling it forward. Evan stood between it and the bed, heart slamming, legs shaking. The real Mia whimpered in her sleep. "Evan, don't let her touch me. Don't let her take me." The creature's smile softened, almost gentle. "She's tired, too tired to keep fighting me." Evan clenched his fist. "You're not taking her." The creature blinked. This time the blink was perfect, human. "You think she wants this life?" it asked softly. It took a slow step forward. "You think she likes waking up afraid, pretending she's fine, smiling for you even when she's breaking?" Evan froze. The words felt like knives. The creature leaned closer, its breath cold against his cheek. "She begs me to help her, to let her rest, to let her sleep forever." Evan shook his head violently. "No, she wouldn't." The creature cut him off. "In her dreams," it whispered, "I'm the one she calls home." Behind him, Mia gasped in her sleep, a sound full of pure terror. "Evan, don't listen. She lies." The creature's face twitched, a brief flash of annoyance. "She stirs," it said coldly. "If she wakes now, she'll pull me with her, back where she belongs." Its smile disappeared. "I can't allow that." Then the creature lunged, not fast, not violent, but in a smooth, terrifying glide straight toward the bed. "No!" Evan yelled, grabbing its arm. But its skin felt wrong, cold, slick, too flexible. The creature turned its face toward him, expression strangely sad. "You should have let her rest," it whispered. Then it placed its hand, gently, on Mia's forehead. Mia's body arched, like electricity ripped through her. Her eyes flew open, black, empty, terrified. "Mia!" Evan shouted. The creature's hand sunk deeper, fingers fading into her skin like dipping into water. Mia's voice tore out of her throat. "Evan, don't let her take me!" Then her scream cut off. Suddenly, The creature sucked inward, like being pulled by a vacuum, and collapsed into Mia with one violent jerk. The room went silent, utterly silent. Mia's eyes closed. Her chest rose, then fell, then rose again. A long moment passed. Then Mia opened her eyes and smiled, perfectly, beautifully, wrong. "Evan?" she whispered, voice soft, warm, flawless. "I had the strangest dream." Evan stepped back, trembling. "Mia?" She tilted her head, the exact same way the creature did. "You're safe now," she whispered. "I'm here." Evan swallowed hard. "Are you sure?" She reached out and touched his cheek gently. "Of course," she whispered. "But Evan," her smile widened, too wide, too perfect. "Next time you wake up, don't check the hallway."